G'day everyone, welcome to Daz Talks Footy. Daz here as always, and welcome to the second iteration of my classic team. And of course, we'll be updating you on what's happening and of course why and all the different strategies that are going into my thinking before we hit the practice games. And that's what we need to remember. The practice games, the March Community Series, we're going to learn more and more information. So will this be my starting round one team? No, but here is my train of thought to this point. Now, I'm not exclusively a SuperCoach channel, so non-SuperCoach videos do come. I had a Richmond one during the week, which caused a little bit of debate, which I love. I love that debate. It's fantastic. Whether you agree, whether you disagree is fine. You want to have a chat? We can have a chat about it. It's fantastic. It's how you build a community. But if you are new here and you want to check out more SuperCoach content, I have a club preview for every single team that's currently out. All those links are in the description. I've also got a new intro here that I'm trying out, so if you like it or you hate it, comment below and let me know. I don't know how you guys feel until you tell me. So I'm going to go from this camera to the laptop camera, and we're going to get through the SuperCoach team pre-practice match and pre-March Community Series. Let's do it. Alrighty, and here we are. As you can see, team name, Neil before me, because if you don't have a pun as your team name, why are you even playing this game at the end of the day? If you've got any that you're currently using or you think are better, whether it's safe for work or not safe for work, I don't give a damn. Comment below, let me know. Shout out to Smithy, who's got Bokes and Hose, the fantastic Step Brothers reference, by the way, which is extraordinary. But if you've got one that's better, I'm more than happy to hear it. If I end up using it, if you don't currently use it, and I end up changing mine to yours, mate, unlimited shout-outs, and I'll catch up and buy you a drink. That's fantastic. Neil before me, it's just, I don't know, Lockie Neil. Take it as it is. But if you've got a better one, I am more than open to suggestions. Remaining salary, plenty of debate, especially on, Facebook groups. I'm heavily involved with Serious Super Coaches, so check them out if you haven't already. But a lot of debate on whether you should keep money, especially with the new DPP rules. It's something that I'm definitely going to look at post March Community Series and post the practice games. I'm not going to worry about it now because I don't know enough about, what's Nat Fyfe's role going to be, what's Marcus Bontempelli's forward time going to be like. Is Josh Kelly, who started the year last year forward, is he going to get more time in there? Who knows? Whereas you got guys like Taranto and Canelio who are already mid-forward, so their status isn't really going to change. I think I'm missing a player there. Scott Pendlebury, is he going to become a def mid? He probably is, given what we've heard already, but we need to see it. We need to see it, on TV where every fan can go down and have a look. So I'm not really worried about that. Of course, the 35 trades, unlimited trades, all that crap. 1832 projected round one score. Unless your projected score is under about 1770 about this stage, don't worry about your projected score. If you're happy with your structure, your players, your rookies and all that, all of your rookies on field are going to score more than 23, which is what most rookies are scored at the basement level. So they're going to score more anyway, and probably 3 times that. So you're getting an extra 30 to 40 with every rookie. If you're starting with 6 rookies on the field, you're going to start with more, but let's just say 6 rookies on the field. That's an extra 240 points. So 1832 becomes 2070 if everyone else does the same. So it's going to shoot up and up and up. So seriously, don't worry about your projected score. All that's done. Let's get into Jake Lloyd is not moving from my team unless he does a knee or a hammy or something disastrous, and I hope he won't, but he's not going anywhere. Tom Stewart, his year's going to go one of 2 ways. He's either going to have the same amount of production he had last year, or he's going to have more production because Geelong actually fall off the cliff. That's a win-win. I don't see his price dropping too much. Jack Crisp, he's the Rory Laird of last year. Simple as that. James Sicily, I've got, not inside info like journalist style, but through all the match simulations and the intra-club, if there is one Hawk that is catching the eye who didn't play a lot last year, it is James Sicily and Jack Gunston. Both are flying on the track. Gunners at about 350k, I think he is. Isn't that relevant? It sucks. I wish he was cheaper, but is what it is. But Sis, at that price, is an All-Australian caliber player. I wonder if I should do an All-Australian prediction video. That might be an idea. But anyway, Sis is flying at the moment. And at that price is a lock, fully fit for round one. We know that. He scored so well. The Herald Sun, I think it was, called him injury prone, and he's had 1 injury for his career, which is, a ACL injury where he landed wrongly. It's not injury prone, it's just unlucky. Campbell Chesser, the Eagles, with Greg Clark and Luke Shuey out of business for the moment. Greg Clark came out of a West Coast, I think it was match sim, in a sling, and Luke Shuey's body is holding up about as well as I would in a bodybuilding contest. So Campbell Chesser has been really impressive. I know Sam Petrevsky-Seaton's going to take one of those spots, but there is another one up for offer there. Why can't it be Campbell, who has trained with the midfield as well as the defenders at times during the preseason? If I'm being completely honest, I am unconvinced about Sam Skinner. I was a lot higher on him in the first iteration of my team, but he's just one that I'm keeping an eye on. And with Garrett McDonough there on the bench, I don't know why he's highlighted as an emergency, but we'll go with it. He is going to play. Adrian Dodoro said it. You don't draft 25-year-olds and let them play VFL. It's pointless. It's genuinely pointless. And Jordan Roughhead's injury has opened the door for Charlie Dean. Averaged 86 points in his draft year as an intercepting defender. I know they've got more down there as well, but with Roughhead out, Moore will probably need to play on the Monsters, so Charlie becomes interceptor. Yes, please, I will buy some at 102k. So pretty good defense there, I'm pretty happy with it. Skinner, the only player, as I mentioned earlier, is the only sort of, not worry, but the one that I'm keeping the biggest eye on, I guess, and hopefully none of these boys get injured. So let's get to the midfield. So McRae and Steele, I don't think are going to fall in price. If you don't have them now, I don't think you're going to get them for the year. If you are, you're going to pay top dollar anyway. It's easier to budget around it now. Titch can't play another position. Can only be the accumulator, which helps us. A little bit like fans that get frustrated at Marcus Bontempelli maybe being favoured by the umpires. That's not my opinion. It's a common social media opinion. Not my opinion, social media opinion. The easiest way to get through the frustration, have them in your team and just reap the rewards from the points. I get frustrated at Titch's 45-metre bombs down the line, which you shouldn't be doing. But if they're high enough in the contest and we can make an effort, he won't lose too many points. He doesn't have too many clangers, Titch, and he just churns out big scores. So I'm going to have him. I'm going to ride the wave for the year. Lockie Neal's a lock for mine at 550k. Can do what the top midfielders are going to do this year, and he's a 550k. Tick for me. The man's won a Brownlow medal. Don't forget about him. Jared Berry is my leading contender for the mid-pricer cash generation player. So I know some are looking at Constable down there, who I've also got, but I'll talk about him in just a tick. Matt Rowell is the more expensive of that line, and I've seen some people have a Gresham or a Canelio in their midfield, but we'll touch on which of those I've got in the forward line in just a tick. Jared Berry can average 80. Easily. I think Dane Zorko gets pushed out to a half-forward flank role unless the game's really close and you need that experience. I think Berry's their third midfielder. Lyons, Neal. I think Berry's next. Hugh McCluggage is better on a wing. He just is. And I know you got to rotate, Bailey and Rayner and all these guys, but I think Berry's going to be around the mark, an 80-plus average, which will be great. Downgrade your first. Upgrade Berry, if you can, to a guy who's fallen in price a little that you think can average 100-plus on the way home. Bang, bang. Easy. Beautiful. Charlie Constable, he is my M6 at the moment, and he is going to become Nick Dacos when I actually see Nick Dacos play with my own two eyes. Video highlights are fantastic, but I am really worried about Dacos, about Josh Ward, about these Victorian boys that haven't had the senior experience. If they perform, they'll come into the team. It's that simple. Until they do, I'm sticking with the senior experience. Constable's got the senior experience with Geelong and Geelong's VFL team. Horn Francis played Sandford Seniors and took the piss out of a few finals, and he's lighting up the track at North. So he's in. And Dylan Stevens has got AFL experience. So not all, but Constable and Stevens can become maybe a Dacos and a Ward. I'll do some finagling financially. But they can easily become those boys. But I just want to see it with my own eyes. That's why this is the pre-practice game and pre-community series. It's just an update, guys. This isn't going to be my round one team. Nathan O'Driscoll's been taking the piss for the Dockers. I know there are midfielders ahead of him, and that's given him more exposure. But, there's not a lot of midfield rookies that are standing out with the budget that I've got at the moment. So I'm more than happy to have him there. Bodie Hewland's a player I really like, and a rookie that's going under the radar. Can play wing, outside mid, halfback flank. Gold Coast are a bit more injury, not ravaged, but they've got a couple of injuries that aren't really going down too well. I think there might be a spot there for him. And last year's McGarry medalist, and I'm still not 100% sure how to pronounce his name, so I'm just going to go with last year's McGarry medalist. I'm sure in the comments you might roast me for the fact that I can't pronounce his name yet, but I'll get there. It's fine. It's all about improving. The Rucks. Nick Nat. His impact per minute on the ground is exponential. Will he become Gawn? Probably, if I'm being honest. But Grundy's going to be the number one ruckman this year, in my opinion. So Grundy's a lock. Braden Pruce is going to be the biggest bench cash generation player that I'm going for. If guys like Constable and a Nick Dacos might be churning it up, does Pruce go down to the Carlton boy who's 102k potentially, and I might get Dacos and maybe a Ward or, someone of that ilk who could be coming through. Josh Sin, for example, might also come in. That might be a way for me to free up coin to get the rookies right, but I am reasonably confident that Pruce gets on the park, he's going to make his coin. Fingers crossed. So I'll keep him on the bench. Again, subject to change. Going to need to see him play in either the practice match, the community series game, or both. Personally, I think the Giants should put him through both if he's healthy now, because you'd rather him break down now than break down in round one. And so would SuperCoach players, now that I think of it. So let's scroll down here to the forward line. We've got Joshy Dunkley. Again, like Jack Steele, scores in three ways. Finds the footy, can tackle, and kick snags. I really like it. I had Mitch Duncan in my first team, and I replaced him with Zach Butters. Mitch has got a calf, and he's going to struggle to get up for round one. Zachy Boy is flying on the track, one of my favourite non-Hawks. I've actually gone with Gresham and Canelio. Gresham got through 2.5 or 3 quarters in the match sim. He's building towards full fitness. Like what I see, I've got more faith in him than Rayner, to be honest. I think Rayner is the tease, and I'm going to need to see. Those two might be fighting for an F3 spot, or depending on what cash I can open up around the ground, might just turn into someone else. Who knows? But Canelio, he's a lock. He's going to score similar to Taranto when they're both forward in Toby Green's absence, and he's that price. He's a lock. He's going to make his coin. Josh Rochelle, I do worry about the fact he might be in a graveyard forward pocket spot. But until I see his role in the games, he's in my side. Kid oozes X Factor, and we love to see that. Charlie Comben, not getting talked about a lot because it's the Roos, but he's going really well on the track. We know Goldstein's going to be the number one ruck. We know Callum Coleman-Jones and Nick Larkey are going to probably be the forwards, but can they play a fourth in Charlie? Who knows? He's probably not going to be my F6 at the start of the year, but I really like him as a talent. And when we're still waiting on information when it comes to the preseason games and stuff, sometimes having your favourite players in there at a particular price is okay to have. And I've got him there for that. You want to judge me for it? Feel free. But I like the kid. I think he's got plenty of talent. I've said before, Elijah Hollands is my rising star pick. He probably, again, won't start on my bench, but it's just the way that it's come about. Love the kid, did his ACL, coming back full fitness. His VFL form was okay, but look, last year was just his introduction. I think he should get games early. I don't think he and Constable are fighting for a particular spot there, but if they are, Constable might beat him out. Charlie Parker finishes it off. Luke Beveridge got us Anthony Scott, mature ager. Charlie Parker is exactly the same, gives us the forward mid there. And I like his prospects. I think he's got underrated pace and he's got good footy IQ as well. And Bevo likes to treat us with a rookie here or there. So he is my rookie option. But that is the team, guys. Let me know what you think. Comment below. Would love to hear your thoughts. Hope you are well. This is probably a day and a half too late, but my beautiful partner Sam had her birthday yesterday. We went and celebrated, got off all writing and content creating and all that stuff. I wanted to give her the best day possible. Fingers crossed I've already done that. An inaugural member of the Daz Talks footy community, and she is a star. I hope your weekend has been fantastic. Hope your week goes well. Still working on non-SuperCoach videos. So if you're watching this, I'm not exclusively a SuperCoach channel. I'm a football channel. Big difference there. But my golly gosh, I love this game. SuperCoach is fantastic. You guys are fantastic. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Trying to get to 500 before the end of the year. Drop a like so more people can see it. And until next time, goodbye.